Sure. We're in Middleburg, Virginia, on the Bainum Foundation Farm, which is a farm that my wife and I manage for the Bainum Family Foundation, located on some beautiful gravel roads here in Middleburg, Virginia. And why did I want to do this ride? Well, I'm an avid cyclist, and I had a full race schedule this year until COVID derailed everybody's plans. And while out doing a long ride, I decided to challenge myself. And harkening back to some hikes I used to do as 24-hour self-challenges, I said, how much could I do in 24 hours? And I remembered speaking to my friends Doug and Danielle that Loudoun County had approximately 250 miles of gravel roads. And I said, oh, maybe I could get those 250 miles in a single ride. And then I decided that rather than just doing that ride for my own sake, which is something in itself, I want to see what we could do for America's Roots and raise awareness for that organization, which is working to preserve these roads. Well, the amazing thing about cycling on these roads in this area, roads are community. They bring communities together. In 2020 and beyond, the cycling community really pulled together around these roads. So as far as food and water, there's a lot of people that plan on riding with me, and they've asked what they can bring along. So we're working, coordinating with them that they'll bring spare bottles. There'll be general stores, historic general stores on the route that I'll stop and purchase Coca-Colas and spare water and ham sandwiches, although I am a vegetarian, so I don't know if I'll eat the ham, but there's options. So it's the community that's really helping me to fuel along the way. The bike I'm using specifically is a bike called the Salsa Cutthroat, which was, people can argue whether it's a gravel bike or a mountain bike, but it was designed as a drop bar mountain bike. It was designed for long distance mountain bike races. So it's the perfect bike for this kind of trip. I have good experience with it. My wife and I used the Cutthroat overseas for a month. We did 1,000 miles around the island of Sri Lanka, and it didn't fail me. It was comfortable. Dependable, light. It's an incredible bike. So I'll be using that again. And the equipment I'll be bringing with me, again, there's a community around us, so I won't be bringing a terrible amount, but I will be carrying a spare battery pack for my phone so that if I need to take pictures or for emergencies, I can contact someone and still have battery power. I'll also have a battery pack that will charge that phone and my navigation computer, which, in order to link all these roads in the most efficient way, I needed to map it out beforehand. So I depend on that computer working, so I'll need to recharge, so we'll have a battery pack for that. But other than that, lights, batteries, and then clothing is going to be a big deal, with different conditions. So I'll carry a frame bag, and that'll allow me to strip off coats or take coats out, gloves, things like that. So. I believe the bulk of the roads that we are riding today are safe. Inevitably you're going to lose some to development, but I think the bulk of them are savable. There's easements along a lot of them. They go through some large estates, so those ones will be the easier ones to save. But I think if we get the story out there about these roads, which America's Roots has been working towards, that people will want to save them just for their inherent value. They harken back to the 1700s. They're gorgeous. even if you're coming out from the city and just want to do a ride through the country, they're great roads to ride through. So I think the biggest thing we can do is bring an awareness to it. They've done some incredible films that have won awards just for their cinematography, but the message is there, and people seeing these roads are bringing out, people seeing these roads on the videos are bringing people out, especially in the cycling community. Loudoun County also has a lot of farm breweries that people are coming out and driving these gravel roads to get between them for, and I mean, there's a lot here to offer. Equestrians are out here, hunt clubs, which are fun to see. Yeah, it's got it all.
Okay, guys, go be safe. Have fun. Okay, take care of it.
I think you refer to as the cycling community, and I think community is the word that we need to focus in on. My wife and I moved here from another state, and the first thing I did to find people, to get to know people, was I reached out to fellow cyclists and was very quickly brought into the fold. The Velo Pigs are down here, and they're bringing more people into the fold, and we do gravel rides, and as we bring more people in, they see how amazing these roads are to ride. People are moving away from asphalt roads to ride because they're just not safe, so they want to move to a safe place, and then they find out how beautiful the roads are as well, and they keep coming back. So the cyclists know how important these roads are for their own interests, but also for the community's interests. So the cyclists want to help preserve those so that they have them to ride on, not only for their beauty, but for safety for cyclists.
You did it!
300? So how's the Pearl Izumi clothing?
Oh, this is incredible. I wore this from about maybe 10:30 at night last night. Kept warm, you know, I didn't open it up to thermal regulate, but pretty waterproof. Pants, same way, very comfortable. Temperatures dipping into low 40s, but I was comfortable the whole way.
Awesome. Salsa bike did good?
Salsa bike, it's an incredible bike, the Cutthroat, yeah.
Okay. How many total miles?
284.
And feet of climbing?
I'm going to have to look, but I think it's 24,000.
Okay. And about how many hours total in the saddle?
In the saddle, 23 hours, 21 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kasey, so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.